Jai Hind students, welcome back. Today we will study the third part of the chapter on the face of it by Susan Hill. And as yesterday we had studied that he had entered means a dairy, that 14-year-old boy that who is also a physically disabled person because of his burnt face, and he has developed a negative approach towards the life, towards the people. And when he entered into the garden of Mr. Lamb, so there was a conversation between them. So whatever part we had studied yesterday, still that conversation was incomplete, so we are going to move forward from the part which we studied yesterday. So for this, first of all, I am going to share the chapter with you on your screen. Here it is. And now see children that till here that we had already studied. Later on, when it's a bit cooler, I'll get the ladder and a stick. Now that while talking to Daddy, Mr. Lamb has changed the topic. He started talking while he was talking with about him, but then he changed the topic and he started talking about the crab apples. And he says that later on, when it's a bit cooler, I will get the ladder and a stick and pull down those crab apples. Means when he changed the topic, then what happened? And he said that it's a magical fruit, I often say, but it's best picked and made into a jelly, and you could give me a hand. And he also asked that means he want to pull down those fruits, and because he wants to make jelly of it, and but it's best picked and made into jelly, and you could give me a hand. And he also asked him, requested him to help him in plucking the crab apples. Then what is the dairy's approach? What means what dairy thought? Now let us see, let us move from here. So what have you changed the object for? People always do that. Means he objected while that Mr. Lamb was talking about dairy, and but when all of a sudden he changed the topic, he started talking about the crab apples and all that, then that he felt offended. Dairy felt offended, and he had an objection. He did not want, he wanted to discuss about himself. He wanted to talk about himself, about his ugly face. But since the Mr. Lamb had changed the topic, so he said, he asked him that what have you changed the topic? Why have you changed the topic? And the people always do that. And then he also blamed him that you also behave like other people, because that generally people do with me like that. They don't want to talk about my face or about me. And why don't you ask me? Why do you do what they all do and pretend it isn't true and isn't there? And why means he said that why don't you ask about me, about my face? Why why don't you discuss about my face? And why do you do what they all do and pretend that it is not true and isn't there? Why you are behaving like other people? he blamed him, and says that he was also behaving like other people, because when he want to talk about him, about his face, that people change the topic and pretend that it is not true, and isn't there, they did not want, means they deliberately they did not change the topic. In case I see you looking and mind and get upset. And then he also blamed on him that you are also behaving like other people, because you can also see you are also looking at me, looking at my ugly face, and mind it and you are noticing that I have an ugly face and get upset, and because of that you are also feeling distressed, feeling upset. And I will tell you, you don't ask me because you are afraid. And he told that because you don't want to talk to me, you don't want to discuss, you don't want to talk on about my face, because you are also afraid of me like other people. You are also afraid of my face like other people. And but Mr. Lamb said that you want me to ask, say so then. But you know that deliberately he did not change the topic deliberately, and he did not Mr. Lamb did not take it so seriously as it has been taken by uh, Derry. So then once again he came to the topic and he asked him, if you want to tell, if you want that we should discuss about you, then let me know, tell me something about you. Then Derry said that I don't like being with people, any people. And because he was offended that generally people don't treat him normally, and they don't talk normally to him. Either they show they make some harsh comments, or they show extra softness towards him. They become sympathetic towards him. But here that he wanted that Mr. Lamb should talk about him. And then he said that I don't like being with the people, any people. And he said that I don't like anybody's company, I don't like to mix up with the people. I don't like to mix up with the society, with the mainstream of the society. Mr. Lamb, I should say, to look at it, I should say you got burnt in a fire. Then he looked at his face, and then he told that, means as it was a desire of Derry, he talked like that. And he told that I think that you have got a burn in a fire, means your face, one side of the face is burnt in a fire, I guess, means he, Mr. Lamb said. Derry, not in a fire. Then he corrected him. Derry corrected him that his face was not burnt in a fire. I got acid all down that side of my face, and it burnt it all away. And then he told that it is because he got acid all down that side of his face, and it burnt it all away. That it is because of the acid fall. His one side of the face is burnt because of, not because of fire, because of acid fall, and it ate my face up. And then because of the acid, that acid had eaten up his face, and it ate me, it had eaten him up. Means it was not only that his face has become ugly, rather has his face has destroyed, rather the acid had destroyed whole of it at me up. Means whole of his personality became ugly because of the acid fall. And now it's like this, and it won't ever be any different. And now he said that it is looking like this, means so ugly that it will never be changed. His face will never be changed anymore. and that shows that he was suffering from inferiority complex, and he had developed a negativity towards life. Mr. Lamb, no. Jerry, aren't you interested? Then again he thought that he is not interested to talk on that matter, on his face. Then Mr. Lamb said that you are a boy who came into the garden. No, it is not so. Rather, that you are a boy that who came into my garden. Plenty do, like many other people, many other boys that you have also come it, like you, that many other people, many other boys also come into my garden. I'm interested in anybody, anything. And he told that he is interested in anybody, he is interested in anything. He is interested in everybody and everything. This is the basic difference of the outlook, of the perspective between these two handicapped people, Derry and Mr. Lamb. And further he says that there is nothing God made that doesn't interest me. Means he is interested in everything which has been created by God in this world. And look over there, over beside the far wall. And then he indicated him to look towards the far wall, beside the far wall. And that can, what can you see? And he asked him that if you look at that side of the wall, what do you find? What do you look? Then Jerry replied, rubbish. That useless things are there. And the Mr. Lamb, rubbish? Look, boy, look, what do you see? Now he told that you find only rubbish there. Now look again, what is your understanding? What do you think? Now Jerry, just grass and stuff, weeds. Then again he replied that he could see, means he was saying that only that weeds, that wild plants are there, unwanted plants are there, and grass and other things, means useless things are there. Mr. Lamb, some call them weeds. If you like, then a weed garden. That he tried to explain the difference of opinion, difference of outlook towards one thing. Two people have different opinion at the same thing. He just tried to explain him in order to change his, in order to motivate, and in order to change his opinion towards life. And he says that some call them weeds, like you call them that they are weeds. And if you like, and then a weed garden, and if you like, you can say that this garden is a weeds garden, means this garden is full of weeds, full of unwanted plants, wild plants and rubbish. So there is fruit and there are flowers and trees and herbs, but that other people can watch them here in the garden, because that some fruits are available there, some fruits, flowers, and some other trees are also there in the garden, and some herbs, useful herbs, plants are also there in the garden. But you looked only the wild plants, that weeds, useless plants, all sorts. It is full of different kind of trees, flowers and herbs and plants, and but over there weeds, and definitely weeds are also present there in the garden. So I grow weeds there. Why is one green growing plant called a weed and another flower? Now he tried to differentiate the opinion, that he says that weeds are also there in the garden, fruits, flowers are also there in the garden. I grow weeds there. You can say that I grow weeds there in the garden. And why is one green growing plant called a weed and another flower? So then that why that one can call it a weed, another can call it a green. It is full of greenery and growing plant and flowers. Where is the difference? It's all life growing and same as you and me. Then he says that where is the difference? For someone, it can be the garden can be full of weeds, full of rubbish, full of grass, wild grass, but for some it is full of flowers, full of beautiful flowers. It looks beautiful. Why it happens? It happens because of the difference of our opinion, difference of our approach towards life. It's all life, and he further told him that it's all about life growing, and our life is growing. So different kind of people, different kind of things are present here, and same as you and me, and everything is growing in this world, where positive things are negative things, and same as you and me. Like you and me, we are also the part of this world, and we are also moving forward with our lives. We are not the same. But now that he had the objection, he said that you said that we are as you and me, but we are not the same. Mr. Lamb says that I am old. Now that why we are not the same? There are minor differences, and he says that because that I am old, you are young. This is the difference. And you have got a bone face, I have got a tin leg, and there is the similarity also he brought, because he told that because you have got a bone face and I have got a tin leg, means what is the similarity? That both these people means Dairy and Mr. Lamb are physically disabled. He also brought this point into his consideration. And not important, but even though he did not give this much important to his physical disability, you are standing there, I am sitting here, and where is the difference? Only difference, these differences are minor difference, that you are standing there, I am sitting here. But Daddy said that why have you got a tin leg? But that Daddy paid his attention to that particular words, that I have got tin leg. When he came to know that he is also disabled, he is also suffering from physical disability, then he noticed on that point, and he said that why have you got a tin leg? He wanted to discuss on that matter. Wanted to know that why he has the tin leg, artificial leg, not the real one. Because Mr. Lamb said that because real one got blown off years back in the war. The real one, leg of him, one of his legs had been blown off during the war years back. Lammy lamb, some kids say. And he also told that he some children call him Lammy lamb. They tease him calling Lammy lamb. Haven't you heard them? You will. Lammy lamb, and it fits me, doesn't trouble me. And now that when we talk about the means, that meeting was a meeting of two people with different opinion, two physically disabled person, but with different opinion. So what is the different opinion? Because he said that haven't you heard them, means you will. Lammy lamb, they call me, they tease me Lammy lamb, because that he was a lammy. He was a person who could not walk smoothly, rather he could walk with a limp, and it fits him. He is physically disabled, and when the children call him, tease him, calling Lammy lamb, it fits him, it suits him, because that is the reality, and doesn't trouble me. And he told that he did not mind it. Doesn't trouble him, means he did not mind it, because that is the reality, and he had accepted the reality of his life. And what is the reality? That he is a lammy person, and that's why that children call him lammy lamb. He does not take it seriously. This is the difference of opinion between Mr. Lamb and Derry, because that shows that Mr. Lamb has positive approach towards his life. Derry, but you can put on trousers and cover it up, and no one sees. They don't have to notice and stare. But even though that he was full of negativity, that he says that still there is a difference between you and me, between your disability and my disability, because that but you can put on trousers, you can cover it by putting on trousers, and then no one will be able to see your disability, your physical disability, and they don't have to notice and stare, and in that way they will not stare and notice on your disability, and so that you will not feel offended. Mr. Lamb said that some do, some don't, some notice, some don't notice. Some people notice it, that my physical disability, somebody don't notice. They get tired of it because they are fed up of it, noticing it. And in the end, there is plenty of other thing to stare. And he told that there are so many things that could be stared at. It is not about his disability. And like my there is plenty of other things to stare at. Then Derry said that like my face, again that this also proves that uh, how much uh, he how much with how much negativity he was filled with. So like my face means, he told that like my face there are other things to look at, like my ugly face. So like crab apples, but Mr. Lamb had a different, because he is a man of positive approach. So he says that no, not like your face, rather crab apples are the weeds, are the spider climbing up a silken ladder, are my tall sunflowers. There are so many beautiful things present here in the garden. It is not only only your burnt face, your ugly face, rather there are so many things to look at. There are so many things which are positive things, which create positivity among us to look after looking, so that people would like to look other things. Dairy things. Then Mr. Lamb, it's all relative, means things, everything is connected to each other. Beauty and the beast, both the things are the part and parcel of life, like beauty and the beast. Some beautiful things are present here in this world, and along with that some beast, some ugly things are also the part of this world. Both the things are present here. Beauty, when he talked about beauty and beast, he meant to say that both the things, beautiful things and ugly things, both the things are present here in the world. It up to it depends upon us that which things we take in our notice, the beautiful things or the ugly things. What's that supposed to mean? Means Derry was confused a little bit. He did not understand that. He wanted to know what does he mean. Then Mr. Lamb you tell me. Then instead of explaining that, he asked me that what you have understood about Beauty and the Beast. And Mr. Lamb wanted to know from Derry. So Derry, that you needn't think they haven't all told me that fairy story before. But still his approach was negative. He told that you are thinking that the people have not talked about this about this beautiful things, beauty and beast to me. They have told me that people have already told me so many fairy stories, so many beautiful stories in order to convince me to show sympathy towards me. It's not what you look like that people have already told me that it's not what you look like, it's what you are inside. That people have already told that it is means it doesn't matter how do you look, whether you look good or bad. Rather, your work is important, your achievement is important, and your personality is important, your quality is important. Such kind of things he had already heard from the people. And handsome is as handsome does. And he also further told that the people have also talked about that that person is beautiful, that person is handsome, that whose work is handsome, whose nature is good, that person is good. And such kind of lectures, he mean to say that he had already heard from the people. And he had also heard that beauty from the people, that beauty loved a monstrous beast for himself, and when she kissed means he told that further he had also heard the story, some fairy story from the people, that there was a beauty, beautiful goddess that who loved a monstrous beast, and ugly, that monstrous beast, and for himself, because she loved him. And when she kissed him, he changed into a handsome prince. And when she kissed that monstrous beast, turned into a handsome prince. But this is reality in the story. This may be real in story, but it is not. There is no reality. So he says that only he wouldn't, but means he could be, the monstrous beast could be changed into handsome prince from monstrous beast, but he is not going to change anymore. His ugly face is not going to change anymore. He is not going to be that look handsome anymore. He would have stayed a monstrous beast, and I won't change. He told that he was not going to be changed anymore. His face will remain the same. Mr. Lamb, in what way? No, you won't. Then Mr. Lamb told that if your thinking is you have adopted such a negative approach towards life, then in that case that there is not going to be change anything in you. And until you change your perspective, until you change your approach, your attitude. And daddy, and no one will kiss me ever. And further he says that no one will kiss me ever, no one will love him ever, because of his burned face. And only my mother, he says that it is only his mother who loves him, and she kisses him. And when she kisses him, he that is on the other side of his face. And I don't like my mother to kiss me. She does it because she has to. She does it because, and he told that means he also did not like that even his mother should kiss him, because she does it because she has to. She does it because she has to. Yes, because she is the mother. She shows her love and affection towards him. And even that she he could also mind that she also differentiate while she kisses. She does not like that side of his face which is burnt. Why should I like that? I don't care if anybody ever kisses me. And but even though that he was filled with so much negativity, he says that he never expect from anybody to kiss to kiss him. Mr. Lamb, oh, but do you care if you never kiss them? Now that he made it a little bit more romantic, Mr. lamb, and said that, but do you care if you never kiss them? Do you also care that you will also never like to mm, kiss beautiful people? So dairy, what? Then Mr. He wanted to know that what kind of people that Mr. Lamb told. Girls, pretty girls, beautiful girls, who is having long hair and large eyes. Those beautiful girls with long hair and large eyes, that people you love. Such kind of people you would like to love. Would have you never thought to love such kind of people? The dairy, who'd let me, means who would allow him to love? No one, he said. And so Mr. Lamb, who can tell, means who told you that no one loves you, nobody will love you anymore? Then Derry said that I won't ever look different. Why? Because once again that he came to the same point, that because he told, because I won't ever look different, he will not be able to look differently, he will always look ugly because of his burnt face. And when I am as old as you, I will look the same. Even when he becomes older as him, even though there will not be any difference on his face, he will look ugly. I will still only have a half face. Still he will have to live with the half face, and that's why that people would not like to love him. Mr. Lamb, so you will, but the world won't. But means you can think so, you will remain the same, there will not be change in your face, you can live with a half face, but the world won't. But this whole beautiful world will not have the half face. The world's got a whole face, and the world's there to be looked at. There is, this world has a full face, means this world is beautiful. You can think that you are not beautiful, means you are not handsome, you have an ugly face, but the world does not have the ugly face, and world is very beautiful. Derry, do you think this is the world, this old garden and all? But Mr. Lamb said that when I am here, not the only one, but the world. And but here is the difference of the opinion once again has been brought, as Mr. Lamb told that yes, when I am here in my garden, not the only one, I means I never feel alone, but the world. But he feels that he is in the world as much as anywhere, means he is anywhere, because all the beauty is present there. That is the difference of the opinion, that is the difference of the approach, attitude, positive attitude and negative attitude. And Mr. Lamb always have the positive attitude. Does your leg hurt you? Now that he changed that topic, and he wanted to discuss, he wanted to talk about, he wanted to know something more about his leg, and he asked, does your leg hurt you? Then tin doesn't hurt, boy. Now see, children, this statement, that though when we talk about the title, title is that on the face of it, on the surface level, that from the front, from upward side, that it seems that he is a very satisfied person, it does not have any problem. Mr. Lamb does not have any problem with a disability, but it has, because that on the face of it he looks very satisfied, he looks that he has the very positive approach towards life. There is no negativity in him. He did not have any problem with this disability. But here, when Derry asked that does your leg hurt, he says that tin doesn't hurt, boy. He says that tin doesn't hurt, boy. and because that he is very much conscious that he does not have the real leg, he is handicapped, he minds it, he knows it very well, and that pains him. He realizes this fact also. I think that's all for today's students, and mm, then remaining part of the story we will study in our next session. Till then, thank you and have a good day.